What's up everyone, this is the series that showcases all the sweet mods done by talented individuals from all over the internet. This is Mod Showdown. So this time I wanted to do something slightly different, but I'm having a hard time getting away from my most loved console, the OG Xbox. So I scoured the web and found these 10 crazy mods. Let's get started. Up first is just a simple plexiglass box. The lines all look pretty clean. I'm thinking changing out the ID cable with a round one, maybe a UV reactive one, and of course adding more lights would really make this thing pop. Either way, great work. Now a lot of you have probably already seen this one. I'm not sure on what they wanted here, maybe just a wireless media center that they could still game on. I know this only has a 120GB hard drive, but it has two Iceberg Pro 4s for cooling, internalized wireless router, internalized Logitech wireless remote, a Zerk chip, a DVD drive from a laptop, a mini power supply. Everything is really clean. Next, we have an email submission. The idea here is to make his Xbox blend in with his furniture. Round bit on the front is the power button. He says it's extremely sensitive, so it's like the modern Xbox One. Cool Xbox. I'm sure it surprises people when they come over and have no idea that there's an Xbox hiding in it. The rack mount Xbox, definitely bigger than your standard Xbox, though probably thinner. It's kitted out with three 750GB hard drives filled with 99% of the Xbox game collection, which does include all regions. He says even after all that, and of course the abundance of emulators, he still has 45 free gigs. Now let's talk a little bit about the case. It's custom, but not really. The case was actually made by a company, 02X Modifications, which was only in business for less than a year. Apparently, less than 200 of these in 3 different models were ever made. This is the last version made for the X3 chip and was the least produced, just adding to its rareness. Overall, this is a dream setup. It has the 128MB RAM upgrade, the X3 mod chip with the LCD. This case does have a clear plexi top, but all the pictures are lost to the internet. Another very custom plexiglass box. Laser etched and cut, nice and compact. The source files are actually available if you wanted to build this yourself, if you have the right tools to do it. I do think the wiring could be cleaned up a bit, but this thing is pretty much awesome. So here's an interesting one. Not sure what to say about it. Looks like something you would have made in shop class. Not sure on why you would need to lock it, but I'm guessing it's just adding to the overall look. Cool and interesting case mod. Here's another one that a lot of you have probably seen before. The case is nice and sleek. It has a mini power supply, Iceberg Pro 4 coolers, and the main goal here was just to make a sleek and tiny Xbox, which they definitely succeeded in. I mean, look at the beast next to it. For all the Star Wars fans out there, the Millennium Falcon Xbox. Not much in mods except an HD activity light, but unlike most unique case mods, this has a step-by-step on instructables. If this is something you want to do, you better get on it, while you can still get the Falcon for less than $50. An Xbox shoved in an NES, you say? Well, here it is. I do wish I could have gotten some more pictures of this, but from what Shootgunner said, to get this to work he had to extend the NES case in the rear. Also, the 4 games on top are actually gutted to make room for the hard drive. The power supply is a totally separate box, not pictured here. All I know is if you invited a friend over for some Halo 2 action, they would flip out when you turned this on. Last but not least, this case looks surreal. It's primarily aluminum, and the idea was to make the smallest and the quietest Xbox possible, while of course keeping it looking amazing. The entire case is pretty much the heatsink. It has a 120GB hard drive, the power supply is external, it has a Logitech wireless controller internalized along with the DVD dongle. To top it off, it has a piece of plexi on top. Not that you can even see it, but I promise it's there. Well, that wraps up this episode of Mod Showdown. Hopefully you enjoyed and found some inspiration for your next projects. If you have any mods of your own that you would like to share, you can email them to me at technoontop@aol.com. Be sure to check out my last Mod Showdown video if you haven't already, or check out my latest custom Xbox. You can follow me on Twitter for channel updates, and till next time, peace.